What it do, man? It's your boy Battle Truth coming to you live and direct from the Battle Truth headquarters. Let's get right off into this. This is exactly the thing that I be talking about when I be talking to y'all and I be telling y'all thing. When I did the Easy to Block Captain and Hurricane Dude blog the other day, when I was talking about when I was watching those battles, I saw them two battles and the look on Easy to Block Captain face when he was going up against T Rex and twerking when Twerk was mentioning him, everything he was doing to his girl. And the look he had on his face as like, I'm like, bro, did he know all that? And she right there beside him. And you could just tell like the tension in the room, it wasn't the same tension. It wasn't. You could just tell. I'm looking at how he rapping, how she's standing at behind him to the side. Like she wasn't even really responding to none of the things he was saying. As though because the way she was standing, she also have to Easy can't see her, but she seeing Twerk. She it's like when she was standing in the Easy battle, she actually looking at Twerk. Because remember, if I'm Easy rapping, she behind me on the side and Twerk is in front of me. So she looking at Twerk. She looking at Twerk. You know what I'm saying? So when looking at Twerk, she wasn't really responding to the things Easy was saying. You know how like let me just keep it real. Here's the thing. You know how like when you have sex with a girl and y'all could be in the same setting together. She could be with another dude, or you could be with another woman. But when y'all lock eye contact, y'all both know what it is. It's like even though y'all ain't saying nothing, and the guy you with have no idea, and the girl I'm with don't have no idea, but we in the room and we knowing no matter where you at, no matter where you located in that room, all we know is what we did to each other, and what we used to do to each other, and what we still doing to each other. That's how that was. And that was crazy. I'm just peeping it because I'm good at reading people. And I'm looking at her body language. I'm looking at Easy. I'm looking at Twerks. And I'm like, wow. The T Rex battle. Same thing at the T Rex battle. I'm looking at Rex. I'm looking at Easy while Rex talking to him. He was just uneasy. Do they tell him? Do she know? Do she tell you? Do they know? Because this ain't even about Easy to Block. This ain't even about Hurricane Do. I hope whatever they doing in their relationship, they could work it out and heal. However, Verb just said on Spaces to Mike P, ask your girl, did I turn her down? Ask her, did I turn her down? Because she wanted some of me too. That's what I'm meaning. Like, bro, one thing about women, I can say this about women, man. Some women will take it to the grave. What I mean by take it to the grave, they'll never let you know. Some women will never let you know. I don't care. They will never let you know. They will take it to the grave, willing to die and go to hell for the secrets that they know about themselves that they don't want you to know. They would rather die and go to hell with it. I'm just keeping it 100. They will take it to the grave with them. They will. Like, you can catch a woman in the act of cheating. She'd be like, no, I wasn't cheating. It wasn't even like that. That is not like that. Here go my favorite one. When you find out a woman been cheating or she caught up and she can't deny that there was some sex involved. This is my favorite one by women. I ain't do nothing to him. All I did was let him eat me out. That's all he did. All he did was eat me out. Right. That's all he did. He ate you out. He took off all his clothes, butt naked, just to eat you out. Like, girl, girl, please. Like, that's how sex started out. Of course, I know he ate you out, but girl, please. You let that man shoot the club up and everything. Like, come on, man, stop it. But that's they'll take it to the grave. You can catch a guy on top of her. She gonna be like, no, 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 no. That ain't even. It wasn't even in. It wasn't even in. He didn't even put it in. They'll take it to the grave. Guys, on the other hand, we a little different, man. Like when we caught up, we be like, you know what? I ain't gonna even hold you. Yeah, I did it. I messed around with her. Me and her did have sex. Women be like, nope, I ain't touched that nigga. Knowing she didn't have sex with him, gave him head and everything. I ain't never touch him. I ain't never mess with him. I ain't never mess with him at all. Be like, girl, I read your text messages. Y'all talking about everything that happened that night. Boy, I was just talking. That's not true. This man got pictures of y'all having sex that night. He photoshopped them pictures. There's a video recording of y'all actually having sex. He also sent the clip to that. That's not even me in that video. Boy, you know me. Like, really, really. You think that they really look like me? Yeah, she got the same tattoo on her shoulder that you got on your. They photoshopped. Girl, stop it, man. Just admit that, dang, you had sex with the man. They'll take it to the grave with them, okay? Here's Verb saying that Ashley was trying to get him some, and he curved her. And then telling Mike P, why you talking? Ask her that. Ask her, did not turn her down. She was all on me. I curved her. I passed on your girl. What you think gonna happen if Mike P asks her that? Like, hold on, what is this nigga talking about? I'm sitting over here beefing with guys, arguing with guys, and you already know the history between you and the guys, and you ain't telling me nothing. I'm just jumping out without a parachute. Like, damn, let me, what do I need to know? You see me going to war with these dudes. What the hell do I need to know? Especially when they keep bringing you up. What ain't you telling me? I told you, see, here's the thing about them too. Again, they take it to the grave with them, and they're not going to tell you what you don't know. They're going to tell you what you already know. I told you I messed around with Ryder already. I told you I messed around with. I told you I did them already. You know that. You already know that. I don't know what he talking about. He said that he passed on you. Like you was on him and he turned you down and curved you. What's that about? Was you trying to holler at him at one time? Like, was you about to do something with him? No, he just lying. He lying. That ain't true. I'm telling you, that happened to me before to some degree, man. I remember when I had got out of prison. Friend of mine's, he was dating this girl named Angie. Now, I was in prison. But come to find out, I used to smash Angie on some grown-up stuff. I used to smash Angie. And he didn't know that, though. Because I've been going to prison for a lot of years now, and he ended up meeting her while I was in prison. And in the process of me being gone that long, he ended up meeting her, and it just so happened that I used to smash her. And he used to be telling her while I was locked up, like, man, I can't wait till my nigga get out of prison. I can't wait till my nigga get out of prison. Things gonna go back to popping like he used to be before he left. We used to have this. We used to have that. We used to do this. my nigga Malachi this, my nigga Malachi that. We was on Trade 4, such and such. So, and she knew, like Malachi, Trade 4. So she knew it was me. And all the while, she had this opportunity to tell him, since he bragging about our relationship and I'm his friend, she could have easily told him, like, um, this Malachi on Trey 4, you said, he your friend? She like, yeah. I mean, she could have asked him that. He would have told her, yeah. And she had the opportunity to tell him, like, well, me and him used to mess around. We never went together, but we did used to fool around. And this was before your time. I didn't know y'all was friends. So while you bragging about him saying he your guy, just want you to know me and him got history together, but you know, I never, um, we never was an item. We just fooled around a couple times. That's what she could have told him. But all the time, while they together and I'm in prison, and he telling her how much he can't wait till I get out. Because remember, I was the gang leader and they was up under me. When I got out of prison, he came to my house, happy. And he don't know that I'm a Christian now. They just remember drug dealing gang leader Malachi. So when he come over to the house, he tell me like, hey man, I had been telling my girl about you and she made dinner because I've been telling her about you for years and now you finally out. We engaged to get married. She know you out. So she cooked dinner for us and, you know, would you do me the honor basically and, come to the crib, meet my fiance and have dinner with her because she want to know who my friend is. I've been, talking to her about all these years. Then he said that in fact, now I'm gonna keep real. I just remember. In fact, she did say something to the nature one day that he was telling her about me that she knew me. But she said she knew me on some high school type stuff. That's why I said on some grown up stuff earlier. She told him, like, I know a dude named Malachi. I think I went to school with him, and if this the Malachi I know, he used to look out for me when I was in school. That was a half truth because Angie was a senior. I was a freshman. And when you go into high school and you know how it was, like the seniors would always want to knock the freshmen and the freshmen would always want to knock the seniors. The senior guys would always want the freshman girls, and the freshman guys would always want a senior woman, a senior girl. And that's who she was. She was a senior and I was a freshman. And when I knocked her, I was bragging about it to my guys and them. I was like, ooh, I met this girl named Angie, man. Yeah, she's thick, she cute, and she a senior. My guys were like, top line. Like, she a senior. So, make a long story short, she was my high school girlfriend. But at that time, things was different than how it is nowadays. In those days, girlfriends in school was only our girlfriends in school. So she was my girlfriend according to school because she didn't live in my neighborhood. So when we go to school, we went together at school. Outside of school, me and her didn't go together. I was messing around with girls in my neighborhood. But when I go to school, I had a girlfriend at school, if y'all know what I'm talking about. So my girlfriend at school, which was Angie, the senior, her, we didn't mess around or do nothing for the most part. You know what I'm saying? We may have kissed, we may have hugged, we may have, have lunch together in the lunchroom, you know what I'm saying? And, walk each other to classes and things like that. But outside of school, we didn't go together. So anyway, to make a long story short, that's what it was with her. Then what happened was one of my guys, when we got grown, he was a drug dealer too. Me and him was actually partners. And he had the girl he was messing with. And he was like, hey, come ride with me, man, over this girl crib, man. I've been really wanting to get up with this girl, and she got a sister. So we was on that type of time. He like telling me like, hey, she got a sister. So since she got a sister, let's let's go over there, man, so you could keep the sister company while I holler at her. I'm like, how the sister look? He like, she's straight, she's strapped too. She got a body and everything. I'm like, okay, you better not be playing no games. I'm gonna leave you there. He like, no, I'm serious. So when we got there, guess what? That's what I mean by we was knocking. I got to knocking her down on some grown up stuff. When I got there, it's Angie. When she see me, I see her. I'm like, Angie? She said, Malachi? Then my guy Mo was like, y'all know each other? I'm like, yeah, I know her. I used to go to school with her. This used to be my high school girlfriend. Then she's like, oh my gosh, like, how you been? Get up, she hugged me. And she got 2 kids now. You know what I'm saying? So I knocked her down that night. On some grown up stuff, like, oh, we grown now. You know what I'm saying? Well, she was grown already then. I was just a freshman. Knocked her down on some grown up stuff. So I knocked her down a few times. Back to the story. So he said to me, like, yeah, it'd be, would you do me the honor to come to my crib? Because my fiance, she even said y'all used to go to school together and that, you used to look out for her. I was like, what's your fiance name? He said, Angie. I said, Angie? I only knew 2 Angies in school. The one I used to mess around with, because remember, she not telling him we used to mess around together on some grown-up stuff, or she was my high school girlfriend. She just said I was a guy in school who used to look out for her. So I'm like, hold on, I know 2 girls. I know a Mexican girl named Angie. She was cold. She was super, super cold on some supermodel stuff. And I was saying to myself, like, dang, I know he ain't got that Angie. Then I was like, but then my Angie, I said, is the Angie you talking about, bro, is she dark-skinned? He said, yeah. I said, she got like a scar right here by her chin? He said, yeah. You do know her. I said, yeah, I know her. I said, y'all engaged? He like, yeah, we engaged to get married. I say, listen, bro, you've been knowing me for a long time. You my guy. I say, I cannot come to your house unless you know this. He like, what? I say, I used to have sex with that girl. I say, but I just want you to know, we never was in a relationship. I don't love her. I have any feelings for her. I hope you and her do love each other and that, y'all want to do right by each other. But, bro, I can't come in your house, sit at your dinner table, look in your fiance in the eyes without you knowing that me and this girl used to have sex on some grown-up stuff, not no kiddie stuff. He said, you for real, man? He felt betrayed because she had all those years to tell him. And she gave him a spinoff like I was just some dude in school who used to look out for her type stuff. He called her on the phone, put her on speakerphone. He say, Angie. She like, yeah. He said, I'm here with Malachi right now. She says, oh, you is? When y'all coming? He frowned up looking at the phone when she said it. He said, y'all had sex, Angie. She said, he lying. Malachi love Malachi. I ain't never touched Malachi. Then she said, Malachi, this was her exact word. She said, Malachi, why are you lying? You know how that boy is. That's what she said. I know how he is. I don't know how that boy is. I don't know what he do the girlfriend behind the scenes. I didn't know what she meant by that, but she made it seem like some type of fear type stuff. She said, "You know how that boy is?" And he looked at me. She said, "You ain't touch her." I say, "Listen, man, I ain't got a lot of you. You already know how I am. You already know who I am. You can believe what you want. I'm just telling you, bro. I cannot come in your house, sit at your dinner table, looking this woman in the face without you knowing what our past history is. I will never do you like that." You know what that dude said to me? He said, "Man, I'll be right back." He left, and I never saw him again to this day. He was a real close friend of mine. I never saw him again to this day. You know how long ago that was? That was 14 years ago in 2008. 14 years ago. I ain't seen that man in 14 years. That man don't want to have nothing to do with me because I told him the truth and really was showing that it was her who was on some type of games with you. That woman could have been told him about who I was and the things we did in the beginning of their relationship when he first told her that I was his friend when I was in prison. She didn't do it. She kept the notion of knowing that one day she was going to see me. And I believe, because she didn't tell him because she wanted to see me again. And she would have sat there in that house with me at that dinner table, knowing the things me and her knew and never say nothing. See, when that stuff happened, that just let me know that she, if I wanted to, would go there with me again, even though she talking to him. When you don't put that stuff out there in the open like that. So now your person who you claiming to love, you finna marry, could be aware of our situation to the point where it keeps you in check and it keeps me in check. So when I knew she didn't tell him that, when I knew she didn't tell him that, I knew right then and there that she was on some trash. And I guarantee you, if I got to that house and sat at that table, she would have been looking me in the face, giving me this fake conversation, knowing we both know each other's history. And if I never said nothing, that was always a key. I'm going to say a key. That would have always been a key for me to come in anytime I wanted to in dealing with her. See, that's that type of stuff. No, I don't play that because remember, at this time, I'm coming out of prison when my best friend betrayed me like that. My best friend betrayed me like that. So I wasn't finna do that to my other guy. My best friend had betrayed me like that. So I'm not finna play them games. But they don't tell it. They'll take it to the grave with them. That's basically the moral of the story. And it's the same thing with Mike P. So while Mike P and Verb going back and forth, all along, homegirl know her and Verb past history, what was being talked about behind the scenes between them two, and he curved her. You get what I'm saying? And you got your nigga out here looking terrible because you keeping all these secrets. You ain't giving him nothing to fight. You ain't giving him nothing to defend himself. You ain't giving him no angle he can build. Like, come on. This man, you ended this man's career. This man's career is done. You should be faithful and loyal to that man for the rest of his life because you basically ended this man's career. His career, man, his battle rap career is done. I'm just keeping it 100. His battle rap career is done. He will never be a battle rap superstar. He will never get out of that slump because he's not willing to do what it takes to get out of that slump. And that's actually exposing her. See, you got to do the Eminem. Remember Eminem 8 Mile? Remember when he went up against that one dude, he knew that dude was going to use everything against him. So he said it against him. He said it about himself first, so that when it was time for dude to rap, he had no more power. Because I already done said it about myself. You get what I'm saying? Come on, man. That's terrible. It is what it is, though. It's your boy Battle Truth. It ain't my judgment. That's a question. It's yours.